Hello everyone, welcome to Talking Econance. This is Sumit Sultania, your friend, and I would be taking you to the present through the presentation related to rationalization of the Pay Commission of India, which will be a comprehensive analysis, basically a comparison of pay commission and the national per capita income, which is in which there is a lot of differentiation as far as the payment of the salaries of the government employees is concerned, and the per capita income, which is much lower than the salaries of the government employees as per the pay commission. Now the basic requirement why it has been considered as an important aspect to be considered for making this video is there is an economic unsustainability with the number of government employees aggregating to 1% of the population, and basically the salary that has been drawn is about 4.6% of the GDP, which is clearly a gap of 4.26 times, which is the minimum gap that is expected. There is no social justice that is being given to the common man as far as you compare it with the salaries of the government employees is concerned. This is leading to a lot of brain drain happening, with at least 65 lakh new aspirants for going for a higher education going to foreign countries. There is a quality degradation as far as the selection process is concerned, because in the selection process, even if the people from the reserve category are considered to be unfit, still they are being admitted into the roles of sectors like healthcare and education, which is dangerous for the economy. Social diversification division is also one of the reasons, because there is a big gap between the income of a normal general category person and the person who is drawing the salary as per the government pay commission scheme. Of the total government jobs of 109 lakh, of the total income of the government employees of 109 lakh, of the income government of the total income of the government is 109 lakh crores, out of which 42 lakh crores is being spent on salaries, pensions and subsidies and grants, out of which 23.5 lakh crores is on the salaries and pensions of government employees. Now basically taking you through the basics of this is the pay commission revises the pay every 10 years. Central, state and PSU and other employees are covered. Average government pay for as far as the per capita income is concerned is higher than the per capita income. Salary and pension outgo is rising by the day, and reforms are required as far as this thing the pay commission system is concerned. Now background of the pay commission is constituently mandated bodies are set up to structure for the state government and central government staff. PSU follow separate guidelines but are influenced by CPC outcomes. The 7th pay commission was implemented in 2016, and the 8th pay commission is expected to be there in 2026 or latest by 2027. This is there is a lot of impact on across the salary and pension and allowances of government employees. Now let's see who all are covered. Central government employees, which are around 3.3 million. State government employees are around 10 million. PSUs are 1.5 million. Total number of government employees that are there in the system are around 14.8 million, which is 1.48 crores, which is not more, which is approximately 1% of the population. Now let's see the difference between the per capita income and the salaries as per the pay commission. As you can see from in the graph on the left hand side, the per capita income is around 1.14 lakhs per capita, whereas the state government and central government averages are as high as 6 lakhs and 10 lakh rupees per person, and the private sector is around 1.34x, whereas government and this thing PSUs are around 8x, central government are 6x, and private sector is only 1.34x. As you can see in the diagram on the right, there is on the extreme right is the per capita income of 2.5 lakhs, whereas PSUs have the highest of 20 lakhs per person, and central government employees have 15 lakhs per person. There is a high disparity between the income that is being drawn as per the pay commission and what is there as per the per capita income of the country, which needs to be reworked, and compensation should be based on performance and market linked performance and market driven salary propositions. Now, as you can see, the comparison between the total expenditure of the government of the state, which includes the state and central government, it is 109.6 lakh crores. So this is the total expenditure that is being incurred by the government, whereas the per capita the expenditure that has been spent on subsidies, salaries and government grants is around 42 lakh crores. Now central government allowances are about 4.5 lakh crores, pension outgo is 2 lakh crores, state government combined is around 15 lakh crores, PSUs is a significant wage bill, central plus state PSUs outgoes are a large fiscal burden on the government. There is a need for a medium term implementation. Now if you compare it with the GDP of the country, the GDP of the country is around 330 lakh crores, out of which 4.26%, that is around 23.5 lakh crores is being spent on salaries and pensions of government employees. But actually it is not 4.26%, it is much higher. It is around 20% of the total government expenditure that is being done. The total income of the government is around 91 lakh crores, out of which 23.5 lakh crores is being spent on salaries and pensions, which is a very high number, and the government actually is not in a position to afford this, but due to the fact that there will be a lot of labor strikes and there would be retaliation from the government employees. That is the reason why the government is not able to take any measures to curb this kind of inconsistency that is there between the per capita income and the pension schemes. Now this is about how the pension and the salary compensation has been structured from 1951 onwards. As you can see, the government jobs are 4% of the workforce, and yet attract a very high demand because there is a disparity between the incomes of the government employees and the normal people. So if there is a big demand supply gap, there is a lot of demand in the market for government jobs, but there is a very short supply of 1.48 crore jobs only. So the supply cannot be constrained. Demand cannot be constrained, but the supply can be restricted. Now if the demand is restricted, and the salaries of the government employees is made at par with that of the general public, then there will be no demand for the government jobs, and people will take a government job as good as it is there for the private jobs, and hence this kind of a formulation of the pay commission is not good for the economy. Now let's see, as far as the reservation of the people is concerned, there is a lot of social injustice that is happening. As you can see in the IIT, the normal percentage for admission is around 98.6%, whereas for the reserved category it is only about 75%. Now talking about medical examinations, it is 95% for the general category and 68% for reserved category. For civil services, it is around 85% for the reserved category, general category, and only 55% for the reserved category. Now, As far as central universities are concerned, 92% is the percentage marks that is required for the general category, whereas 70% is only required for the reserved category. Now, as far as government jobs, which is the major concern in this presentation, only 60% is required as far as getting a government job is concerned for the reserved category, but actually it is 88% that is required to secure a job in the government organization for the general category. So there is a very high disparity, and that is the reason why there is a urgent requirement of change of the methods in which the government jobs are being distributed among the public, and it should be on the basis of the economic stature of the candidate rather than caste based reservation. Now, as you can see, this is the kind of reservation that is provided. Total 59%, 59.5% is under reserved category, out of which scheduled caste is 15%, scheduled tribe is 7.5%, other backward classes OBC category is 27%, and economic weaker section is only 10%. Out of which, if you can see, out of the population, total of 144 crores of population, 44% is OBC, 23% is SC, 29% is ST, and general category is 24%. 20% of minorities is out of the entire population. Together, minorities is 20%. Now let's see how the reservation is being discriminated. General category denial rate is around 65%. As far as getting the government job is concerned. College admissions, 2.5 lakh people are denied admission from the general category, and job application rejections are 1.8 lakh, and success rate is around only 40 to 60%. Around 1200 crores annually misuse is happening as far as this thing is concerned. The salary payout is concerned, and 90% of OPC benefits are going to only 25% of the OBC population. So there is a great disparity even after giving reservations based on caste, creed, but the distribution of the reservation is only to the elite class of the OBC, SC and ST category. Now let's see the brain drain that is happening. Around 16 lakh students annually leave India for higher education. The loss that is being incurred by India on the basis of this brain drain is around $50 billion annually, and 64.7% of Indian immigrants are highly educated. So 64% of the Indian immigrants are highly educated means that even highly educated people don't get reasonable or acceptable job profiles in India. That is why they have to move abroad, and this can be seen in the photograph that has been shown in the screen in front of you. Now, alternatives of the pay commission. Salary rationalization is one. The salary rationalization should be reduced from around 8 times of the per capita income to approximately 3 to 4 times for in the beginning, and then it should be reduced slowly and steadily. Time bound reservation, 25 years maximum reservation should be allowed, which has already lapsed, but still if the reservations have to continue, they should not be for perpetuity. It should be in a limited way, and the reservation system should go. Economic criteria, caste based reservation quota should be removed, and income based reservation should be introduced. Performance based pay should be introduced for government employees and not on the basis of years of service. Institutional reforms should be done every 10 years. Regular policy review should be done, and there should be exit mechanisms given to the employees who are not competent enough. Now, this has already been suggested to the government, it seems, because this I have got it from an artificial intelligence software, in which phase 1 is for 1 to 2 years, in which the this thing freezing across the board, the from of the salary hikes should be by an expert authority. In the next phase of 2 to 5 years, introduce contributory pensions, pilots and PLPs. Gradual salary adjustments to 3x per capita should be introduced. And in the phase 3, 5 years plus, full rollout of grandfathering of compensation, that is merit based pay system, should be implemented. And VRS should be introduced for people who are not able to compete with the current environment, and they should be allowed to move out of the system. Now, stakeholder impact, as far as employees and unions are concerned, they will obviously not like to support the rationalization of the pay commission, because there is inherent benefit that people who are already in the government jobs that enjoy. But the government should introduce something like a complementary employment scheme, in which if the government employees goes on strike, their jobs can be taken care of, and then if they do not return from the strike to their jobs, they should be asked to leave. And there should be a lot of reforms that is required to be taken into consideration, because the taxpayer money is being spent down the drain for giving salaries to the government employees. International best practices are, which are followed in the USA, are moving towards income-based affirmation action. In Brazil, translating from race to economic criteria, which is already being proposed in India as well, but nothing has been done so far. In South Africa, considering a time-bound implementation is being introduced, which is also suggested in this slide. In phase 1 and 2 and 3, up to 5 years, everything should get implemented. In OECD countries, the permanent remuneration authorities are allocating adjustments related to giving the jobs in government organizations is concerned. So there is a lot of things happening around the world, but India is very far behind as far as implementation of this kind of policy is concerned. As far as concluding on this aspect of the pay commission is concerned, government pay far exceeds the per capita income, and the financial burden on the taxpayers' money is rising. The pay commission system entrenches automatic wage hikes, which is not good for the economy. There should be performance-based wage hikes and not automatic wage hikes based on the years of service of the person. Reforms are needed. Performance pay, contributory pensions, independent authority should be assigned the job to decide on what kind of pay structure should be there. Phase transition into employee safeguards is the employee safeguard is important, but the pays of the government employees should be restricted to limit the gap between the per capita income and the salaries of the government employees. Eighth pay commission, which is scheduled to come out with its results, are projected to show a 3 lakh crore increase, or 1.2% of the GDP kind of an impact, which will increase from 4.26% to 5.46% of GDP, which is an alarming situation. And these points, like 1.48 crore government employees are there, 59.5% of total reservation categories, affecting 40% of the general category population. 80% increase in the political polarization due to reservation policies have already been discussed. Even as far as the result of this pay commission and government jobs is concerned, was to promote intercaste marriages, but there has been a 30% decline in the intercaste marriages despite 75 years of reservation. So there has been a lot of disparity as far as the pay commission is concerned. So in that sense, it is advisable for the government to look at the rationalization of the pay commission and also improve the reservation criteria from caste-based reservation to economic-based reservations, and take necessary steps to implement that as soon as possible. Now that is all from my side, and I close this presentation with my remarks related to the pay commission which needs to be rationalized. Thank you for listening to the conversation, and goodbye from my side, Sumit Sultania from Talking Econance. Thank you.